Okay.
Well, we were building a bonfire, and I saw some, dry brush and leaves around, so, I said to move the bonfire somewhere else, and out of nowhere, Smokey Bear shows up and hugs me.
So you noticed some wildfire hazards and moved your bonfire to a safer location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Smokey, all right. He likes it when people help prevent wildfires. It hits him close to home. Not everybody gets the hug, my friend. So it's pretty special to get a hug from Smokey Bear.
So it was him. Hey, guys, I told you it was Smokey.
Okay, well, congratulations, my friend. And thanks for calling. There are many ways to prevent a wildfire. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Little roller up along first. Behind the see you in Pittsburgh. Can't wait. All the baby is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. Looking, throwing in the end zone.
You're tuned into Game On with John Silverberg. Talking all things sports. It's
Game on! Yeah, game on!
Game On, right here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Oh, happy New Year, everybody. Hello, happy 2026 to all of you. We are live here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. This is Game On, joining you every single Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on WSRN. You can check us out on worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcast, and so much more. And, of course, following us at 7:30, Jabba and the Mouth will be joining us at 7:30. We have a lot to get to. Of course, Speedy Petey on the board. Speedy, Happy New Year. Hopefully everything is good with you, my friend. Hopefully you had a good time. And, of course, back in another location for the next few months. As you can see, he is in beautiful, I guess you would say what? Western Florida? You would say?
Orlando, Florida?
Orlando, but I'm saying the part of Florida, it's in Western Florida. Would you say Western or North?
Central Florida.
Central Florida. There you go. In Orlando, Florida, my father, of course, Nelson Silverberg. Dad, thank you for doing this. Appreciate it. Seems like the computer is working good. And nice ambiance in the background, by the way. It's lovely.
Is it nice? It's all happening here, man.
What do you think, Speedy?
Beautiful.
Would you keep
sunset?
that, right?
Can you see
the
nice sunset?
Yeah, Speedy. You know what this kind of reminds me of? When we had that BYU, that reporter on that time when he was talking about Zach Wilson years ago, and in the background when the sun was setting with the mountains behind him, and he was prepping up Zach Wilson, I just kept rolling my eyes the whole time.
Yeah, you had a wrestling guest too outside that had a sunset too.
What happened?
I think you had a wrestling guest too on off the mat that was like that too.
Yes, he was sitting in his backyard outside. Yes, he had his computer set up. Yeah, I remember it. Yep. Yeah. I just remember the BYU one. He kept saying how Zach was going to thrive, and I just kept looking at him, shaking my head, no. I'm like, and I kept saying, it's trick. They didn't do it. But, listen, I digress. We have a lot to get to. We're going to update you on the Major League Baseball season so far. A couple of tidbits that have been, I guess, not breaking news, but things that are being talked about, meetings that are being set up for the rest of this week and for next week. In regards to some teams and some players, we'll get into that. We're going to preview the college football playoff, which starts tonight with the semifinal matchup between Ole Miss and Miami. So that'll be exciting. We'll get into that a little bit. And then we'll touch on the head coaching carousel. Well, actually, we'll do the NFL playoffs after. I guess the head coaching stuff has been kind of in the news more so than actually the playoff games have been. And really, when you take a look at it, you take a step back and you look at the landscape. There's 8 head coaching jobs. now available with the Dolphins letting go of Mike McDaniel today. Depending on wild card weekend, I mean, I would say the three rumored teams that they don't win this weekend could be the Packers, the Bills, and the Eagles. You're possibly talking 10, 11 openings, which is insane to think about. But there's one specific guy that is being talked about nonstop, constantly, over and over and over again, and that one guy is Mr. John Harbaugh. And with the way Harbaugh has been portrayed, obviously been in the playoffs, what was it, 18 times? Speedy, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's been 18 times. He's won a Super Bowl, helped develop Lamar Jackson, multi-time MVP winner, different things, been to so many AFC championship games. He's a name that jumps out everybody's list. After he in Baltimore, he was let go by Baltimore. And then you have also, obviously, Kevin Stefanski's on it. And I actually forgot to mention, too, honestly, if the Steelers lose, Tomlin might walk as well. So there's a possibility there could be 12 of them that are open as well. Because the rumor is that if Rodgers doesn't come back next year, that Tomlin might be out because he doesn't want to be there for the – I guess when you're there for so long that I think it kind of weighs on you a little bit. Maybe you need a change. Per se, and everything of that nature. You hear the bird in the background. I love the bird in the background. That just adds to the.
More atmosphere. It's all happening.
But there's like I said, and I know Giant fans were flipping out yesterday when they heard that Harbaugh's not taking any interviews this week. They were flipping out. He's going to start taking interviews next week, and it's
just an interrupt. Isn't it kind of funny how one guy who's been just as unsuccessful as another guy, but one guy's reputation for some reason is so much higher? Like take Harbaugh and McCarthy, right? They're basically the same. But when you say, oh, the Giants might get McCarthy, it's like, oh. But if they say,
Speedy,
the Giants got to get Harbaugh, it's like, oh, right. It's like, but
Speedy,
basically.
Who does he sound like right now?
Who does who sound like? Your father?
Yeah, who does he sound like with that opinion? Who does he sound like?
The guy who makes sense.
I know somebody who sounds like that. I'll give you a hint. You co-host a show with him.
Oh, is that the case?
That is the case because I talked with him, Mr. Marks, yesterday, and he was flipping. Harbaugh is this. He hasn't won anything. I would take McCarthy. Yeah. He developed Rodgers. He helped Dak become really good. He did all this and everything like that. I mean, of course, you could make that case, but again, and the reason Harbaugh's taking interviews next week is due to the fact that he is going to see what's out there after Wild Card Weekend. Again, I said the Pittsburgh Steelers job could be open, the Buffalo Bills job could be open, the Green Bay Packers job could be open, the Philadelphia Eagles job could be open. Like, you're talking 12 possible openings, not to mention the fact that, you also have the Atlanta Falcons job, which has a lot and everything of that nature. All right, well, now the fun's over.
Where's Papa?
Hey!
Now the fun's over.
Papa, where are you in the bedroom?
No, I'm on the terrace.
He's on the terrace hold on, we're talking about something.
What's the terrace?
Hold on, we're talking about the Packers. What?
Michael Parsons
I need this.
touchdown Packers because he got a touchdown.
Oh my God, Speedy is snug on the feed. My mother's on the camera. Snug.
Hi.
Yeah, okay.
Papa, where are you then?
I said he's outside. We're doing the show. Okay.
I don't want you to cut me.
All right. All right. Well, we're getting into the way. I mean, the way Harbaugh is. I mean, I will say this: if the Buffalo Bills do fire McDermott, I could 1,000% see him going to Buffalo. Which again, what a shocker, right? Last year Vrabel comes, and then this year Harbaugh comes.
Daddy, I want my shirt.
Your shirt says "Best Brother." ever.
Ever.
I need some water. I need to drink apple.
All right, all right. So in the end, when when you look at the landscape of how everything is with John Harbaugh. Excuse me, we're doing a show right now. Sit down. This is why I'm never gonna get signed. I'm never gonna get signed because
Who let him out of the cage? Who let him out of the cage?
Mommy.
Hi, Papa.
Hi, honey.
Stop. Get off.
I'm gonna knock you down and behave
No, you
yourself.
cannot. Hold on. Keep talking, Dad. I'm sorry. Talk about the coaching.
All right, so I'm just hope Josh, when he comes back. So his theory, I believe that Harbaugh would work great in Buffalo. They're basically a defense-first team. Harbaugh's a defense-first coach, so I think that would appeal to him. The Giants also would work. I guess Cleveland would work. They have a good defense. There's some real appealing jobs for Harbaugh. I think if you open up the opportunities, I think there's some good opportunities for Harbaugh. I just don't think he's that good a coach. Is anybody, so to me, I don't know. I look at it, I would rather almost have McCarthy than Harbaugh. I think he's done more with less. Harbaugh has constantly failed with top quality talent.
Well, I mean, I would say the fact is with the way, and I understand what you're saying, and the truth is too. I think when you really look at it, McCarthy could be a good. I think Stefanski would be a good fit too.
I think Stefanski's a good coach. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stefanski would be a good fit for Dart as well. But I think what takes Harbaugh is where he comes from, the Baltimore culture, and how it's a well-run organization. And just learning, being also a former Andy Reid disciple and everything of that nature. And he's a special teams guy. But I think with Harbaugh, he becomes more of a CEO coach where he doesn't overstep into anybody's field per se. He, whereas Jim is a defensive guy, you know what I mean? Right. John is a special team CEO guy. So to me, I think that's that's how I view it. But I think I wouldn't be shocked if the Eagles even let go of Sirianni and hired Harbaugh. Did that. I mean, that's a realistic thing. I mean, I'll tell you this right now.
But they would have to really flop. I mean, they would really have to flop.
Yeah. If they lose, if they lose to San Francisco and all the drama at home, they lose to San Francisco at home, and they have all this drama this year. Then clearly, maybe they feel that Harbaugh is more of a coach that can bring everybody together than Sirianni can. Because all you had to do is go watch the end of that Buffalo Bills game when they won, and you just hear Sirianni's standing right next to AJ Brown, and Sirianni's just like, "Yeah, that's how we do it, right?" And then AJ Brown looks at him and he rolls his eyes backward. AJ Brown looks at him like he's a fool.
Well, I think if I was to look at the fired coaches and who is the best one to get another opportunity, the one I would want on my team is Stefanski.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you this: if LaFleur is let go in Green Bay, they will definitely be. I mean, they will be interested in Harbaugh.
No, never. That's not their way.
I would say the other issue. Sorry. The other id is I look at it like this too. It's a matter of with what did I say?
Look, I can't do this. I'm not getting paid enough to do this. Come on, I can't do this. Yeah. It's highly unprofessional, Caleb.
It is professional, Caleb. You need to sit down or you can't stay. All right, the Packers are going to lose on Saturday.
No.
Yeah, they will because you don't sit down. I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, when I view it too. there's been reports going on. He might go to Cleveland. Cleveland is
Who?
another team because
Harbaugh.
Harbaugh. Yeah, Harbaugh is another.
I said
one.
Cleveland's. Whoa. Excuse me. We've had another technical difficulties. All right. On that note, well, as I said earlier, I would not be surprised if Harbaugh ends up in Cleveland. They have a really good defense.
I want to come on. You're not letting me to be on. Can I be on now?
Yes, you're on already.
Mm-hmm.
Here. Hello, today we're going to talk about the Rangers and the Packers.
Caleb, just sit down and watch. Come on, honey.
Just sit down. Come on, just sit.
Sit down and watch.
And we're not going to talk about the Rangers. They stink.
Papa, can you say my name, Caleb?
He
Yeah, I
said
see
Caleb
your name,
already.
Caleb. No.
Yeah, really. Sit down.
Say it again. Say it again.
Stop. All right.
Okay.
You're going to be gone. You're not going to come back. So, anyway.
I think Cleveland is a great opportunity for Harbaugh. Perfect.
Well, he has a connection with his father. His father, and also Miami, too, is another one. But the problem is with Miami, they're a mess right now. They're a mess.
I don't think he wants to get into that. I think Cleveland, though, has a lot of what they need solved already. You know, they got half of the ball solved. And if he hires a good offensive coordinator, they'll make the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, what, man?
Pittsburgh's on their way out. You got to give him credit that Pittsburgh even made the playoffs this year. That was pretty amazing. Yeah, not a lot of people thought Pittsburgh had a shot at getting in the playoffs this year. So you got to give him a hell of a lot of credit as a coach.
Well, I will, to me, there's a bunch of, it really is insane that people are so worried about. I know Stefanski met with the Giants yesterday, and I think what concerns Giant fans, because the thing is, the Giants have to come in with one of these two guys, right? Because if they don't, the fans are going to kill them.
I understand.
Listen, I agree with you. I don't know if Harbaugh's all that. I agree with you. Here's the thing. They met with Stefanski. They're meeting with McCarthy next week. They're talking to Antonio Pierce tomorrow. I guess because he's a former Giant player, so I guess out of respect, they're gonna talk to him.
Well, it's a requirement, right? You got to do it now.
It's some of it's. How many times did Marvin Lewis take these? It was ridiculous.
Exactly. So, you got to take them. But I think it's just a funny thing. Guys like Harbaugh and the Andy Reid thing very rarely works. A lot of these guys, like take a guy like Harbaugh, he's like 18 years with one team, right? He could go to the Giants as like a total burnout. You know what I mean? Just a total flop. And I don't know. After a while, I don't know if guys like Harbaugh, their hearts are in it anymore after a while. Like, is he really willing to do the work to start a team from scratch again? The last 10 years, it was just autopilot on the Ravens. He had his team. They were playoffs. They stunk. They left. He resigned. He was back.
I want to sit back here.
Yeah. So you wouldn't like him in Green Bay?
Green Bay would never hire him. They don't hire like that. They don't do that. What the heck? If Green Bay ever were to fire LaFleur, and I think that's a long shot at best, my thing is they would either promote from within or get their best assistant coach they could find around the league. They don't usually bring in retreads from other teams to Green Bay doesn't bring in retreads. They usually hire new guys, McCarthy's, LaFleur's, even before that, they very rarely hired experienced coaches. I think the last, and I'm a Green Bay fan, and I could be wrong, the last coach that Green Bay hired that coached another team might be Forrest Gregg from like 1980. But
Forrest Gregg.
Speedy would probably know that.
Speedy could be the football. Speedy's the football historian, right? Speedy.
But I think as far as Greg, they had guys like Lindy and Fonte and guys, but I don't ever remember them.
Oh, look at that. Speedy, Hall of Fame defensive lineman, too. Look at that.
Yeah.
He does know it.
Right. Well, Forrest Gregg was a great player, but I don't ever remember Green Bay hiring there might be one there in the middle, but I don't remember.
Was it Bart Starr wasn't a coach, right?
Bart Starr was coached, after Dan Devine, 1970 something. They had a good team. They made the playoffs a year with him. That Scott Hunter, that John Brockington was the running back. Speedy knows all this. He understands.
So I'm looking at it now. Like I said, if Buffalo loses, I would think McDermott's out.
I could see going to Buffalo.
Yeah, I could see him going to Buffalo because he'll have Allen. I would say Atlanta's another one. Because they have a ton of players. They got the receiver, they got the running back, they got the tight end. The defense was not bad this year either, but I also look at it too with Harbaugh. I mean, the thing is, if he goes to a team like Atlanta, right? For example, it's the NFC South, which is like the worst division in football.
Right.
So, I mean, it would be a cakewalk, I feel like, for him to just go in there and win games. I mean, he's easily the best coach there.
Atlanta should have made the playoffs this year, right?
Of course, yeah. Yeah, I mean, them or Tampa. It shouldn't have been Carolina, but,
Right. But I just feel of all the coaches, I feel like Harbaugh is the one guy that says, I'm not going anywhere unless it's all right there for me to take. You know what I mean? Like, he's not taking the Giants. He's not going to start working.
I don't know. I don't know. The Giants are the favorites to get him right now, according to a lot of betting websites. So.
I don't see he's going to go to Miami. He's not going to want to deal with all the internals, locker room nonsense that's going on there. But the teams I think he would go to, I think he would go to Buffalo. He might go to Cleveland. I think it are the two teams that would appeal to him. I don't think he's going to want to mess around with it. What are they, 5-12, the Giants? I don't think he's going to muck around with that. He's going to.
He'll have the quarterback, I guess. I mean, I guess that does.
Does he? Who knows? Does he have the quarterback in that guy? Who knows? What the guy gets hurt. He's a running quarterback. Let's see him play more than 10, 11 games in a season. Then I'll tell me if he's really the quarterback.
All right. Well, we're gonna get. Let's preview Speedy. Want to do our playoff preview now? Our predictions now for the games. You have the song ready?
I do.
Okay. You can hear it in the wind ambiance. It'd be beautiful.
Start it up. All right. So you want to pick all 6 games?
Yeah, let's do all 6 games.
All right. The first one is the Panthers and the Rams. The over/under 45.5. Rams 10.5-point favorites.
Congratulations to the Texans for not getting the first game this year. They found a team worse to watch than the Texans. That would be the Carolina Panthers. It's weird because the Panthers did beat the Rams a couple of weeks ago in Carolina, but it's tough to beat a team twice. I think the Rams are going to figure it out. You like to think. I mean, all the pressure's on the Rams to win this game. I'm going to go with the Rams in this one. I just don't think Carolina's there just yet. I give Canales a lot of credit. I would have picked Canales to be my coach of the year if he was 500. I think he kind of got in the back doorway. Losing the last game of the year to Tampa. So I'm going to take the Rams in this one with Nakua, with Devontae back, Kyren Williams, Stafford. There's just too much.
Okay. I always, it's funny. I always feel like, wow, that's a lot of points. That's a lot of points.
Yeah, 10.5 is a lot of points. It is a lot of points.
But invariably, whenever you try to take points in playoffs on big underdogs, it never really works out. I'm taking the Rams. You always think like 10.5, and then after the first quarter, it's like, 13-7. You're 13-3, and all of a sudden you're like, ugh, it's over. So I think the Rams will cover this. And I like the over and the over. if you can.
All right, we'll go to your team, Nelson, the Bears and the Packers. Packers on the road after they split the regular season. 1.5-point favorites Green Bay is, even without Micah Parsons, at 44.5 is the over-under.
Oh, the line switched again.
Yeah, Green Bay. Wait, the Bears are favored?
No, Green Bay is favored right now.
Green Bay is favored by 1.5, right?
This is according to Vegas Insider.
Wow, because
the line opened the other way. The line opened the other way.
Yeah, no, because yesterday Chicago was favored by a point. Wow.
The line opened, Bears favored by 1.5, and then a day or two later it flipped to where it is now.
People are not feeling the Chicago team. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I picked Green Bay to win. I picked Green Bay to win this game anyway, even before, because they should have lost. I mean, Chicago should have lost the last time they played Green Bay. It took every single luck of the draw, which always seems to happen to Green Bay, doesn't it?
It does.
Between the Seahawks twice, once with the Hail Mary, once in the playoffs.
Yep.
And then this happens.
The Hail Mary actually ended the referee strike. That was such a bad call.
Whoa. I haven't. Yeah, it was horrible.
We got it.
I remember I was sitting in my dorm in Plattsburgh with my roommates watching it. And we were just like, "What just happened?" But yeah, no, I'm gonna stick with Green Bay in this game. I know Love hasn't played in a few weeks. I'm not a fan of the Bears. I mean, I give Ben Johnson a lot of credit for doing what he's done this year, but to me, I just don't believe in Caleb Williams. I don't. I mean, all you have to do is look at Jaden Daniels last year, look at Drake May this year, and then it's like Chicago's literally, they drafted a tight end in Loveland from Michigan. They drafted a Dunze. They traded for DJ Moore. They signed DeAndre Swift. If Caleb Williams wasn't where he was, I'd be very much concerned. So, to me, I'm still going to stick with Green Bay. I don't trust Chicago. I know it's over under 44.5. I'm going to go over that because Green Bay's defense still scares me a little bit. I know they just signed Trayvon Diggs, but I don't know if that's going to do anything at this point. What Diggs was. But yeah, I'm going to go with Green Bay. I'll take the over, 44.5.
I'll take Green Bay and the under. But I think.
Oh, you think it's going to be a defensive game?
I think it'll be tighter defensively. If Malik Willis gets in the game, I love Green Bay, but unfortunately,
well,
you cannot convince me that Willis isn't a better quarterback than Love right now. But okay, but yes. I think the thing is that sometimes teams like Chicago are just happy to make it, and they might not be able to deal with it.
Well, I asked the question. Does it make Detroit look bad that they lost? They make the playoffs this year. Their offensive coordinator leaves and wins a division title his first year in Chicago. Does this make Detroit look bad? Not hiring Johnson instead of maybe was it Johnson over Campbell the whole time? I know Campbell beat Johnson twice this year, but I just it's a question that's worth asking.
Patriots are funny. They ran on emotion, you know what I mean? So maybe they just got burnt out. The 2 years they burnt out.
That was their run. You know what it was? It was that NFC Championship game. They had it against San Francisco. Yeah, Reynolds, I remember Josh Reynolds dropped the ball, and then the dam just fell. Like it just fell, and it fell. I mean, it fell like fast on them, And then last year they just got crushed by Washington.
I never seen a head coach with so much ego that blows games. It's ridiculous. His play.
Well, I've said about Dan Campbell, to me, he has a little bit of Rex when he was with the Jets, where he has this bravado about him, and he takes over an underachieving franchise, right? And he wins. Rex went to back-to-back AFC Championship games. He's got this bravado about him. He actually talks tough to the media, and then it all just came crashing down. And Campbell kind of does that.
Yeah, but he's the cause of it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they win games without him. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you could say, like, he built that team, he got them up, and the big game, he actually causes them to lose. Like Rex Ryan, they just lose the game because of something, but it's directly because of his decision making that they lose the game.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm gonna go. So we're both going with Green Bay. What's the next game, Speedy? I think it's the Buffalo Jacksonville game.
It's the Buffalo Jacksonville game, the Josh Allen Bowl. Bills are 1.5 points on the road, 51.5 the over under.
Oh, I'm so taking Jacksonville in this game, and I'm taking I'm taking the over in this one. Not only that, I've said this. I think the AFC Championship is going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Houston Texans. That is what the AFC Championship game is going to be.
I guess it's
going to be that. The Jaguars are coming in as hot as possible right now. This is the best Trevor Lawrence has ever looked. Getting Jacoby Myers at the deadline was a fantastic move at the deadline. And listen, I'll be the first to say it. I made fun of Liam Cohen with the whole Duval thing at his press conference with his goofiness. His goofiness won a division championship his first year and everything like that. So to me, we got an airplane sighting.
I don't know what the heck that was.
Well, you're in Florida now, so you never know what's happening. I don't like Buffalo that much. I know Josh Allen is what he is, but Jacksonville's playing on all cylinders right now. I like the Jaguars. I think they're gonna go. I think the Jaguars are one of those teams that's hot, that's gonna have this run. They got hot at the right time, and they're just playing well at the right time.
Okay. I'm going to take Buffalo. I think I could go either way with it. I'm taking Buffalo only because I feel like, look, Kansas City's out. You finally have this opportunity. So I'm going to hope Josh Allen takes advantage of it and just pulls out a win. What can I say?
Yeah.
I think the AFC is full of paper tigers, and the NFC too. I don't think there's any really good teams this year that I go like, wow, So I think Buffalo has as good a chance of winning as Jacksonville. I don't think either team is really that good, but I'll go with the experienced guy. He plays great in the playoffs. I mean, he does really play good in the playoffs.
Yeah, he does. I agree. What's the next one, Speedy?
All right, so it's a battle of your favorite coach and Nick Sirianni versus Errol's favorite and Kyle Shanahan. 49ers at the Eagles. 5.5 point favorites the Eagles are, and 44.5.
This is the one underrated thing. Now, I know San Francisco's coming in a little banged up and stuff. San Francisco did go 7-2 on the road this year. Not only that, but it's also the 4:00 game, the 4:20, whatever it is, the 4 later game. So it's not like the 1:00 game where it's starting out early for the West Coast team. It's later in the day. That helps them a little bit. Something about I hate Sirianni so freaking much. You know this, Speedy. I can't stand him. He's such a goon. He really is a goon. It's ridiculous that this guy has a Super Bowl under his resume.
Look.
It ain't because of him. Don't say it's because of him. It's not. Okay? You can thank Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. He had nothing to do with that. I mean, the fact that all you have to do is look at A.J. Brown looking at him like he's an idiot after a game. I think San Francisco, with McCaffrey still there, I know McCaffrey kind of was the cause of the game last week when he dropped the pass, but, you hope Purdy will be better. Kittle will be better. Philadelphia, there's just something about them right now. I'm not feeling them this year. There's flaws with this team. The dam is ready to burst at any moment with this organization. A.J. Brown, maybe he'll read another book or another memoir or something on the sideline again. Who knows? The offensive line's not good for Philly either. I'm gonna roll with the Niners in this game. I'm gonna be surprised if Philly won this game, but I'm gonna roll with San Francisco. I think, like I said, that 7-2 road record is a big thing for them. It is, and I trust Shanahan more. I understand Sirianni beat Shanahan already a couple years ago, but the Flyers went through 3 quarterbacks in that game. So what does that tell you? I'll take the 49ers.
I'm going to take. Well, I got to do it right. I can't not take him. Right, I got to take him for my own. I got to live 3 months down here, so I'm going to take the 49ers. But it's only because of the points. I'm telling you, I really do not. Is she watching? I'm really not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Shanahan. I think he's one of these coaches. For some reason, he gets another guy that gets the magic ball. Like all he does is have.
You don't have to pick them. You can pick
I don't like them. I don't like. I first off, this, I'm not an evil guy.
I think Purdy stinks. I think Shanahan's.
Yeah, I think Purdy's not good either. I agree with that. Yeah, that's fair.
I just think but I think they're good enough to stay close with Philadelphia and maybe win the game. But I'm just not a fan of either one of them. But what do you want me to say? 5.5 points, I think, is a lot of points. I'll take that.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Sunday Night Football. The Chargers. Oh, go ahead.
No. Go on.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something. Chargers are at the Patriots. Patriots are 3.5 point favorites, 45.5.
Chargers are a little banged up. That's what concerns me. The thing is, the Patriots also aren't. They're not battle tested New England this year. But the Patriots haven't beaten anybody. That's what bothers me.
The Chargers are battle tested. They lose.
I mean, the Chargers. Yeah, but I mean, if you're looking at talent from either side, when healthy, the Chargers are the better team.
Yeah, pick it.
I mean, Speedy, the killer is both tackles for the Chargers are hurt. That's what concerns me. Slater and the other guy are hurt. But is James and Mac, are they back this week?
Mac, I thought came back, was ready to go.
Okay. Is James is back too? Derwin is back too? I know Simpson came back, the rookie running back. Oh man. It's like I want to choose New England too, because it's kind of like I feel like they haven't beaten anybody. Every time New England's had a tough opponent this year, they've lost. The
Patriots.
They've lost every time. Yeah. They literally have lost to Baltimore. They lost to the Bills. They lost to. There was a couple of other ones. Let me see.
How many games they lose this year? 3 or 4?
Let me see. Who did they lose to? Preseason wise, they lost to the Raiders week 1. I don't know how the hell that happened. I don't even know how that happened. They lost to the Steelers. Okay. They lost.
How early in the season was that?
The Steelers, they lost them in September.
First 3 games of the season, and then they lost to the Bills.
Yeah. I mean, but you look at some of these games. I mean, look at they lost to the Colts. You know what I mean? Like it's what else did they? They barely beat the Saints.
The Colts were good.
No, but I'm saying they barely beat the Saints. They beat the Falcons by 1 point. They eked out the Buccaneers. The Jets were competitive against them on the road, which that tells you something in itself. They had that huge lead against Buffalo. Remember that when they were up 21-0 at home, and they lost that game.
That's a young team.
That game.
That was just.
But that's what I'm saying though.
That's a lesson. Take the Chargers. Yeah, here you go. You're gonna say, but I'm gonna take the Patriots.
No. You know what? I'm gonna take the Chargers, and I know I'm gonna regret it. Speedy knows this because the Chargers and I have our own relationship. The Chargers and I. The whole long story. No, Speedy's Speedy's laughing because it was a couple of years ago. They were playing Jacksonville when I did the show with Arrow and Speedy.
Oh, this is
great. This is so. Both Arrow and Speedy picked the Jaguars. I picked the Chargers. I said the Chargers are gonna win against the Jaguars. Wild card weekend. They were up. I think what was it, Speedy 28-6,
They're up to as much as 31-0 at one point.
They were up 31-0. So I'm at Phantom of the Opera with my wife, and I see the score during intermission. Like, oh wow, I'm texting Speedy. I'm like, oh, you see, I told you, blah blah blah. Show ends. I looked down at my phone. All of a sudden, the Jaguars are winning, and I go, what the hell?
I think I sent you a wink text or something like that.
And I got back, and we were staying in the city. I got back to the room that night. I turned the game on, and there's the Jaguars kicking the game-winning field goal to win the game. I said, unbelievable. I can't believe they lost that game. That was when I said, who was the coach? Who was the coach of the Chargers? Oh, my God.
Brandon
What was his
Staley.
name? Brandon Staley. I said, leave that clown in Jacksonville. And they brought him back the next year.
Did he ever get another job as an assistant? Is he on anybody?
With the Saints.
With the Saints. The defensive coordinator with the Saints. Okay. Yeah. But I'll go with the Chargers. But, I mean, listen, I trust Jim Harbaugh more than I trust Brandon Staley and everything. But I'll go with the Chargers.
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
That's fine. I figured you
They
would.
got the better quarterback right now. And I think I see no reason why the Patriots should lose to this team traveling across the country. All right? You can't give me a reason. The Chargers are not what I would call an emotionally strong team. So I would not be surprised if the Patriots win by over 10.
Okay.
All right, we finish it off with Texans at the Steelers. I guess we know where Josh is going with this one. -3 for the Texans. They're favored 38.5.
Let me tell you something. That Houston defensive front is going to absolutely slaughter Aaron Rodgers in this game. It's not even going to be close. It's really not. You're going to put Stingley on Metcalf. I will not be surprised if Houston won this by more than 2-3 scores. I think it's going to be a blowout. I think what you're going to see is you're going to see the flaw in Rodgers. He's not going to be able to handle the pressure, and pitcher doesn't have enough on offense to be able to get up against this Houston defense. That's the issue. I think Stroud will do enough. Him and Collins will do enough. Give me the Texans easy.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to take the Texans. I think the offense for Pittsburgh is just too limited, and the defense for the Texans is just too good. It's simple.
They got nobody to throw the ball to. They don't have anybody to throw the ball to. It's the problem is
if they scored 10 points, that would be a lot for Pittsburgh.
Oh my God, that's what I said. I'd be floored if they even get that. I mean, I would not be shocked if Houston won this game like 24-7. Like it might even be fluky like that, where like Stroud makes a mistake and they get the ball in the red zone or something like that.
So now we know that Pittsburgh's definitely winning this game, right? So we got that down, right? Now that we did say
I'd be shocked. Well, I mean, listen, like I said, this happens. Rodgers calls it quits. I would not be shocked if Tomlin walked down and said, "All right, it's time to move on." You know what I mean? Because there's been rumors the last 3 years he has said he would separate from Pittsburgh. Like I think he wants to go somewhere else and do something different. And it wouldn't shock me. I mean, he's been there for 20 years.
Yeah,
I think he's been there for 20.
I think that's too long. I don't think he could coach another team after that.
You know what? I guess it depends.
You're going to start from scratch.
I'm just trying to think of a coach that was there for. I mean, Cowher left, never came back. Harbaugh's going to coach again, right? We know that. I mean, Holmgren was in Seattle forever, and he never came back.
What do you think at Green Bay? He was there for 8 years. That's the difference. I mean, he was young. Holmgren was young. These guys, I mean, let's be honest. Do you really think Tomlin's going to want to walk into a clubhouse starting from scratch, trying to get the whole build up?
I think it depends what team he goes to. Like, if he goes to a team like Atlanta, where you have the offensive players in place and you have a pretty good defense, I think that would be helpful for him. I think because you're kind of going into an easy situation. If you're going to a place like Cleveland or the Raiders, where that's the thing. Everybody's assuming this Raider job is. I don't think people understand the amount of pressure that's going to be put on whoever. Which I already think they're gonna be the ones that hire Brian Flores. By the way, they're gonna hire Flores, and everything I've heard is they're gonna hire Flores to be the head coach, and they're gonna hire Dable to be the offensive coordinator and try to put it together and do that. Like Brady's gonna try to do that, but I don't think people understand the amount of pressure. Like you're getting the number 1 pick of the draft, you have to make that guy has to work right off the bat. That guy's got to work. And if it doesn't work, it's a flop, and then you're ruining the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why. Why I don't think. That's why this Raider job. Everyone's like, "Oh, the Raider job is going to be so tempting." Other than Genty and Bowers, they have no wide receivers. They have no defense. They're going to trade Crosby, their best defensive player. They're going to trade Crosby. He wants out. Like you're going to throw Mendoza into the fire right away. And I feel bad because the kid's a really good kid and he's a really good player, and they're gonna put this kid in, I mean the Jets aren't any. The Jets aren't any better either, but at least the Jets have
the first pick. You get the first pick.
But I mean, but what I'm saying is at least the Jets have already come out and have said we're gonna sign a veteran quarterback. If we draft somebody, so the Raiders have not said that. But the Raiders are just. I think the Raiders are just flat out. I think the Raiders are flat out just going to let this kid play, and just let it wing, let it ride. But we'll see. But that's it for our playoff picks. I know because we want to get to the college football picks really quickly. Ole Miss Miami tonight. Speedy, you can keep the music going if you want. What was the line?
3 for the Texans Steelers.
No. It's for the college.
Oh, for college. Let me get that.
Oh, you see, Speedy. You see. I already got it. Miami's -3.
You got
Miami's -3,
right?
Of course.
Okay.
Everybody is. I mean, I'm gonna. You know what? From. Let me see. I had it. It was. I'm trying to remember. Where was it? I believe.
Indiana's 3.5. Let me get to that.
Yeah, Indiana's 3.5. I believe they said tonight. 2 teams that are going to be scouting Tristan Chambliss, the quarterback, tonight. Are the Arizona Cardinals and the New York Jets are going to be scouting the Ole Miss quarterback tonight. So, I guess the kid already said he's going to come back, but I don't know if an agent tells him, hey, listen, wink, wink, you might be a top 3 draft pick. You're not going to get that next year. You might want to jump on it this year. You're gonna
scout him. Deal. If you think he's that good, then you take him. It's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, he's what 6'1", Speedy. I think he's what 6'1". So
a little short.
Yeah, he's a little short. I believe that's the only issue with him is that he's 6'1", so he's a little short. But he thrived against Georgia. You look at it in that perspective. If he does well against Miami tonight, he's going to the national championship after losing his head coach, and everything of that nature. So you never know. Maybe take a 2nd or 3rd round pick on him. You take a flyer on him, and you never listen. Russell Wilson was taken later, and these things happen. You phone it, but I'm rooting for Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to win it, and then I think Oregon's actually going to win tomorrow. I do. I think Oregon's going to win tomorrow. I think both Mendoza and Moore are going to have fabulous games tomorrow, but I think the run is going to stop for Indiana. I think Oregon's going to figure it out and everything. So I'm going to go with Oregon tomorrow. It's tough.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go Ole Miss and Indiana. I'm sick of betting against it. I am sick of not.
Oh no, I have not. I have not bet against them. I've
bet against them all year. Just like that, they're not for real. It's not for real, but I'm sick of it. They're for real. They're good.
No, I picked them. I picked them.
Coach is great.
Oh, Cignetti's great. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you this right now. I would not be surprised. I know he just got a new contract from Indiana, but I would not be surprised if Tom Brady goes to him and says, "Come be the head coach for the Raiders, and we're going to draft Mendoza."
That's
and
a
try to do
different.
that. It is, but I want to. But I know you don't know how Tom Brady thinks. This is what his thought process was probably going to be.
Well, I will say this: if it comes to Oregon, Ole Miss, you have to admit this college football playoff is a disaster. I mean, it's just why? Because wouldn't you rather legitimately have really the best? So what? Teams lost. I understand teams lost. But in the end, you have two teams that really.
But Ole Miss beat Georgia in a neutral site. They won. Ole Miss beat them on a neutral site. Oregon beats Indiana on a neutral site. I mean, that's.
I know what you're saying, but to me, it's all silly. Too many teams.
I don't think so. I actually think this playoff's been great. I think this playoff has been fabulous this year.
It's all just too much of a crapshoot.
Really. All right. So we have a few more minutes left. A little bit of some baseball. I've been saying before, the Philadelphia Phillies are planning on meeting with Bo Bichette on Monday in person.
I like that. I like Bo Bichette. I think that's a great signing.
Well, let me tell you something. Watch him go to the Phillies. Wouldn't that be wonderful if he goes to the Phillies?
Why? That wouldn't be wonderful.
No, I was being sarcastic. That's the point.
Yeah, it would be terrible.
That'd be awful. But we're sitting around here. But we're waiting to see if the Mets get Kyle Tucker.
Well,
waiting. I'm waiting. But the other bit of piece of news that came in a little bit a while ago was that the Tigers did not come to an agreement with Tarek Skubal. And now they're going to but now they're going to go to an arbitration hearing. And the other issue, and Rob Manfred said that this will be his last contract that he does. He's retiring after the 2029 season. Praise be. Thank God.
Well, he's been good. I don't know. I mean, I understand there was something.
Really? You like the runner on second rule? You like that? The bullpen rule? I can't stand the 3 batter minimum. I think it's a dumb. That takes.
I like the 3 batter
takes
minimum.
the whole thought. Oh, I hate that. That takes the whole thought process out of the game, off the map. That's it.
No, it takes this ridiculous 1 batter per pitcher, and the freaking guys just getting swapped out.
It.
I like the pitch clock.
I disagree.
I like the pitch clock. I don't like the DH. I mean, it's.
Of course, he says it's
speedy. Robotic home plate umpire.
You're the only person I've ever heard that says they like Rob Manfred.
What?
You're the only person I ever heard that says they like Rob Manfred.
I mean, I don't like him.
I've never heard it. I mean, I've never. All you had to do was see the Sunday Night Baseball when the Nationals were home. They were the home opener, and he was doing an interview on ESPN, and a big lightning bolt went behind, was in the background behind him. And I said, that's all you need to know about him.
It's the natural. Then he started hitting home runs.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Look, you got to admit one thing. Baseball games are the regular games. If watching a baseball game is back to under 3 hours. Let's just put that in.
That's fair. I understand that. But, here's...
It's a million pitching changes.
Let me ask you this question.
Everybody's a Tony La Russa manager. Everybody, you need 40 pitches to get through a freaking game. It's ridiculous.
Well, let me ask you this question: before we sign off, are the Boston Red Sox going to sign a single player this year? Because they are the only team that has yet to sign anybody.
Okay, that's fair. I think there are certain teams that are.
The Miami Marlins signed more guys than them.
Right. It's like the Mets right now. Like I keep talking about the Mets. Everybody keeps, for the last 3 years, everybody kept saying how the Mets had a top 5 minor league system. But now, all anybody wants us to do is fill every slot in the rotation. I mean, every slot on the field with a veteran.
No. They want. I think what the Mets. Well, we could save this for next week. We could save this for this. Is going to be a whole. This is going to take an hour.
I might be on location.
Oh yeah, did I tell you that? Yeah, Speedy. My dad, he might be.
I do it from theme park.
Yeah. And by the way, bit of breaking news: the Atlanta Falcons have blocked Jeff Ulbrich from interviewing with the Dallas Cowboys for the defensive coordinator job.
Oh, okay.
So whoever the new head coach is going to be in Atlanta has to inherit Jeff Ulbrich. By the way,
yeah, that's right. I want to thank Gerald for giving me money to tour all the minor league sites on the Western. That was real nice of him. That's great. I'll send the invoices in.
Yeah. Do not forget dropping them out. They're coming up next. You can check us out again on worldwidesportsradio.com, YouTube, Instagram, Periscope, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, smart speakers, and so much more. Dad, we will talk to you next week. We appreciate you coming on. Of course, as always, enjoy the time in Florida. Speedy, thank you as always. Thank you to the fans out there for listening and watching. We appreciate you. We did not talk about Trae Young going to the Wizards because who cares? He's a loser. So there you go, and everything of that nature. But we will talk to you next week. Get ready for Job Out coming up next here on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. For Speedy Petey, for Nelson Silverberg, I'm Josh Silverberg. Talk to you next week. Take care, everybody. Go to your teams in the playoffs this weekend.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.